All right. I would like to address this right out of the gate. Okay. So suggest I watch Luke Thomas videos on this. Don't need to. Stood to gain very little for this for such an arduous battle. All right. Also, you got to trust a jury and the extensive injuries she apparently suffered. Okay. So we're going to start right there. Number one. Okay. So she has injuries. Agree. How'd she get them? She says Conor, right? She said Conor. Okay, well, there were two other people who were physically there at the time that she said that Conor did this. Both of them said she's lying, testified to it. Because we got to trust the jury, right? Like we have to. So here you go. You got to trust a jury, right? Okay, well, the people who testified to the jury, both other people said she's lying. So Conor says she's lying. The other guy says she's lying. Her own friend says she's lying. Okay. She stood to gain very little from this arduous battle. That might be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. She was suing for 750,000 euros because she said she had to relocate her house. She stood to stand very little. Just that part, just the part, I had to flee my house. 750,000 euros. Is that a very little amount of money? Okay. And here's the thing. I'm not going to watch Luke Thomas's video because I don't want to get into it with Luke. He's a good dude. I went too hard at him last time. I'm not going at Luke, and I know it'll piss me off because it will not be able to answer the most crystal clear, obvious question of all, which is when she reported Conor, okay, she said, Conor did this to me, and yeah, he's the only one that I was with. And then assumed that no one else was going to come forward. And then his own friend, Conor's friend came forward. He's like, dude, I had sex with her too. This chick is a cokehead whore. And then she's like, that's not true. He's lying. He's lying to cover. And then they found like security camera footage of both her kissing Conor and kissing the friend. 2.5 hours after Conor left the hotel. She's making out with the other guy at the bar. She goes back up to the hotel. She had sex with both of them. It's ridiculous. It is such an obvious lie that it actually hurts my brain that I have to talk about this. Now, the reason why I'm so worked up about it now is because literally this guy's losing everything. He's losing all of his sponsors. Proper 12 dropped him, Hitman dropped him, and now, like, basically, I just read this list. Every one of his sponsors is dropping him because this cheating, lying, crackhead girl. And by the way, let's just go back to that too. You do realize that absolutely 100% verified, she had a boyfriend, okay? She has a boyfriend and a kid at home. She outreaches Conor, slides in his DMs, takes pictures of herself like, hey, are we going to meet up? She meets up with him at like, 6 a.m, agrees to go to his hotel, does blow with him, gets blacked out more, is doing cocaine. Like, what is she doing there? And the whole time she's sending texts to her boyfriend. Oh, I'm fine, honey. Everything's great. Don't worry. I'm having a really just stone-faced lying to this guy. Is that the kind of girl that you're all, oh yeah, this is a really bulletproof source of information. Okay. What would you do if your girl did that? Like your girl, you're at home with her kid and you're like, hey, is everything good? She's like, oh my God, just telling you these like paragraphs of lies. Well, she's at a hotel doing blow with Conor McGregor. And then you're all, oh, all right. Well, she's telling one story. Every other person and multiple videos are contradicting her story completely. She stands to make millions of euros. But yeah, I think she's probably the most credible source. This is the most obvious lie of all time. How on earth does anyone believe this? I can't. Okay. The only reason that anyone would be like, okay, yeah, this has to be true is because of the other cases. I'm not saying Conor didn't kick the girl on the boat. Not saying Conor didn't attack the DJ. I think he did. I think Conor attacked, obviously, Conor has attacked a bunch of these people late at night. I understand that. I'm not even questioning those ones. But those are credible people. This is not. Like, this is like laughably not credible. If you take the videos out of it, then maybe. The cops literally were like, this is not even, it's not just not a winnable case. We just caught you completely lying to us, dude. Again, this is not me like, oh my God, Conor, blah, 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 blah. I cannot stand this shit in the courts, man. You know, where it's just like literally all you have to do is just be like, yeah, this happened to me. And you're all, well, you know, the thing is that you stand to make millions of dollars if this group believes you. And, you know, they stand to make nothing, and all of them are saying you're lying. And like, what kind of, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand people who cannot back into incentive structures. It's fucking crazy to me. Okay. You have this group over here that's all, everyone needs to take the shot. They've all got to take the shot. And then you have this group over here who stands to make no money whatsoever. And they're like, guys, this science is faulty. Okay. There's this and this. And they're all, well, obviously I believe Pfizer. You're all, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, just use your brain. Incentive structures. Who has more reason to lie? And as long as you can establish that, you're all, well, they have a huge reason to lie. They don't. Okay, now Conor does. Conor has a huge reason to lie. If it was true, the friend and the friend, maybe they got paid off. So you're like, all right, I don't really know what to make. Then boom, the video comes out. And it's like, oh, you completely lied about that. You are a liar, girl. You lied to your boyfriend. You lied to the investigators. You lied to everybody. There has not been one thing that you've said that has been verified by anyone. Every single part of the detail, every detail of your story has been verified to be a fucking lie. Every single one. Every single one. Every single part of your story has been contradicted by someone else or a video. There's not one thing you've said that's been verified. Nothing. It's all lies. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't fucking understand, man. And like right now, the reason I'm this mad is because I just recorded a video about Daniel Penny in the fucking in the New York case. I don't want to step on that video because I literally just completely lost my shit, but I'll just give you a preview of that case. The guy didn't even die. You know, Daniel Penny was facing 15 years in prison because he protected a train full of people from a known schizophrenic person who's been attacking old people in the train for over and over and over. The entire train was like he was going to hurt someone. There's two other people who restrain the guy. The one dude who's choking him happens to be white. The other two are not. And the DA prosecutes the white guy and says it's a racially motivated thing. And they're trying to put 15 years on him. And he wasn't even dead. Okay. That's the big bombshell. The guy wasn't even fucking dead. And the reason he ended up dying is because the police wouldn't do like life-saving stuff on him because none of them want to do CPR on him because they're like, this guy has AIDS and hepatitis. This dude, there's no way anyone's going near this guy. And the DA still prosecuted this guy. I fucking can't, dude. I literally can't. Sounds familiar with what happened here, Choga? Exactly. Exactly. Like, I am not, like, I haven't even mentioned that, you know? Like, I haven't even mentioned the thing that Conor's all, yeah, I'm going to run for president of Ireland. And then all of a sudden, you know, he gets cracked for this. The criminal, like, the people who investigated this is what I'm saying. Like, so anyone who thinks that they know that this happened, explain to me why you would know better than the police and the fucking DA or the prosecutor who invested this also. And they're like, there's nothing here. She's a liar. Like, I'm sorry. There is no case here. You're a liar. You're a cokehead drunk liar who lies to your boyfriend, kid at home, out partying until 10, 11 in the morning, doing blow with a celebrity. Like, give me a fucking break. And then you come back and put a fake charge on a guy. This woman is garbage, dude. They've got people in the street like, well, yeah, everyone support Nikita Hand. Give me a fucking break. You want to know what Nikita Hand did? Is she lied about a sexual assault. Woo! Wow, what a fucking hero, dude. But I should literally have my kids out in the street and be like, this is who you want to be like, you guys. You know, go out and do drugs until 11 in the morning with a celebrity, you know, and put yourself in a position where you have sex and then your boyfriend catches you at 1 p.m. the next day. And then you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get out of this? He raped me. Oh, listen to this too, that I found out today. She also reached out to the other girl who was there 3 or 4 days later. Okay. Like they leave. Everything's fine with them. There has not been obviously there's been no assault. And the girl testified that like 4 days later, Nikita reached out to her and was like, hey, by the way, Conor raped me. And she's like, what? She's like, Conor raped me. And she's like, okay. And she's like, I was very surprised because I didn't see any of that. I did not see a single thing out of sorts. Nothing. And then Nikita's all, and by the way, I really need you to go into your phone and delete any messages between you and I from that night. Okay? This is fact. Okay? These are facts. So the girl who supposedly got assaulted calls the one who ends up testifying against her, asks her to delete all their communications together. Because she's definitely telling the truth. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, he could win on appeal if that happens. I think the boyfriend could have beat her up. Of course, a boyfriend probably beat her up, dude. No way she's that beat up on the CCTV. Exactly. Who is more likely to have done this to her? Okay? I realize it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but who is more likely to have done this to her? Like, seriously. Yes, we will talk about that in a second. Who's more likely to have done this? Okay? She says Conor did it to her. Okay, well, the problem is that, like, listen, dude, when there's just two people in a hotel room, that's one thing. Okay, you can certainly, like, if it was like her and Conor, they go up on the CCTV and they're making out in the elevator and then they go to the hotel. Certainly, I would be saying, I'd be like, look, dude, like, I mean, there's no way to know, but that doesn't look good. That would be my tone. My tone would literally, this would be my tone. I'd be like, look, I'm going to be honest, dude. You get in Conor McGregor's car after you've been sending him pictures of yourself. You're making out with him in the car. You're making out with him in the elevator. And you're telling me that this was something you didn't want to do. Like, I have a problem with that. Like, do I believe it? I mean, I don't know, but I'm skeptical. Okay. When you have three people there, every one of them says she's lying. She's lying. Okay. And she's like, no, I'm not. When they first said, when the other guy said that he had sex with her, she's like, that's a lie. That's just a lie. And then they verified it. And she goes, well, I don't remember it. I don't remember it. They're like, I mean, this is you on video, right? They're like, here's you with Conor making out. Here's you making out with the other guy. Here's you staying at the hotel in the penthouse afterwards because Conor went home. Okay. Conor's tired. So Conor goes home. And they stay there because they've got this incredible penthouse. And they're like, dude, let's just hang out, man. We're never going to be here again. So they hang out. They go down to the bar. They start getting more drunk. They start making out. The two of them go up the hotel or up the elevator. All of this is on video. And then they have sex. Okay. She never told any of that. And as soon as she gets confronted with the video, she goes, well, I don't remember that. She never even brought it up in her criminal trial. Like in her criminal complaint, never even brought it up. Gee, I wonder why. Hey, gosh, she had sex with both of them. What's different about this guy versus this guy? Conor McGregor. Ooh, what's his net worth again? This guy, not so much. I was great by Conor. Okay. Either that or she went home and, she's like, hey, delete all those texts. She talks to her boy, she gets home and the boyfriend obviously is going to be suspicious. She's been lying to him this whole time. He doesn't know where she is. She's telling him one thing. Okay. Unless you've never been in that. Have you ever been in a situation where you've got a girlfriend, like she's lying to you about what she's doing and you're going to be suspicious, man. Like you are going to be suspicious, of course. So like when she gets home, you're going to be like, oh yeah, maybe go take a shower. You're going to grab her phone unless you're a fucking idiot, look at her phone, be like, what was she really doing? And it sounds like she probably wasn't in a super strong state of mind where she would have completely scrubbed her phone. So he finds something that's like, he finds something in there that clearly indicates that she was either with Conor or maybe she banged Conor, because she did. And then someone whipped her fucking ass. Okay. So she's on camera, no bruises, no problem, whatever. This whole story about her being brutally beaten, is completely contradicted by both other people. It's contradicted by the video. She goes home and then now she has bruises. Okay. Like now she has bruises and she goes there and it's like, believe me, you guys can go watch the video that me and Gabrielle did about this story before all of this came out. Okay. Like this is easy to verify. Gabrielle and I did a video about this and it was like, okay. Like when we read this, we were like, Jesus, man, because all we heard was girl says that Conor did this and she has extensive injuries. You're like, Jesus, man. Like, why would you not believe it? You know what I mean? Like, of course I believed it because of all these other things that had happened with Conor. Like, of course I believed it. I'm like, I wasn't 100% sure, but how are you going to explain away those injuries? Right. So like initially I believed it too. And then I found out the details of the case. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. She's lying. Obviously. Obviously she's lying. And now Conor loses all of his stuff. Like if he was losing all of these things for other things that he maybe did, I would just be like, dude, you made the bed that you sleep in the bed you made. But this, and this chick's like some hero. Like people are like running around in the streets. She's a hero. A mom had sex with 2 different dudes, doing blow till 11 in the morning. Oh my God, what a fucking hero. Get out of here, dude. Fucking ridiculous. And then and people are, I'm watching, Red Pill from the beginning. He's like, this is bullshit. Okay. He's got all the facts. I'm looking like, he's just like, people are afraid to say, I will never be afraid to say what I think clearly. Okay. I have daughters. I am an advocate of women who get victimized. I am equal advocate for punish the ones who lie. This is an outright lie. And it's absurd. It's absurd. A person who does this to a girl should get thrown in prison forever. If Conor really did what she said that he did, but he didn't. And she just has no problem. That's the kind of girl that you're talking about. Lie. And then when she gets caught in a jackpot, because I think this probably stemmed from her getting caught by her boyfriend, she's willing to take it to this. And then, of course, Conor says he's running for president. Conor's going to run for president. Geez. Hey, have you guys noticed any consistencies between outsiders who say, who have a big following, say they're going to go run, for big office, and then suddenly they have these massive problems with, with the legal system? How could they have possibly ruled that Conor was liable for this? And yeah, so let you guys know about the Trevor Bower case. So I'll leave it at this. Since we know for sure that she had sex with his friend 2 or 3 hours after this supposedly happened, do you believe that any girl would do that? So, this is not in debate anymore. Everyone has acknowledged this. She had sex with his friend. Okay? That happened multiple hours after this supposed crime happened. So again, that's what I said. That's why when I talked about it the other day, I was like, I haven't watched Luke's videos, but that's what I would ask him. Is be like, does this make sense to you? Do you think a girl who was the victim of what she described would have sex with another guy multiple hours later at the same place? Conor's gone. He left. Hours later, you think she would stay there and then choose to have sex with another guy? That makes sense. Okay, that's one of those things. It's like, oh, it's circumstantial, doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. That means it's not true. No one would do that. No one would do that. And again, Trevor Bower, this is a different thing. I don't think that this girl, Nikita Hand, is smart enough to do what the other girl did. This girl straight up targeted Trevor Bower, told a bunch of people in advance that she was going to get him to have rough sex with her, and then she was going to say that he had assaulted her, and she was going to try to get money. She said, he's got $50 million. I'm going to go after it. Took a video of herself because she got some little bruise on her lip after they had sex, and he's sleeping next to him, and she goes like this, shows Trevor Bower, comes back and goes, I watched that. I'm like, you could, actually, I'm not going to finish that thought. That girl's the devil. That girl. She's the devil, that girl, with Trevor Bower. T-Roy, thank you very much. I appreciate you, dude. Derek, appreciate you too. Thank you, sir. Choke. Oh my God. I just put 2 and 2 together, bro. She's a groupie. Conor was not packing enough heat. She wasn't satisfied. So she went for the friend, realized she made a bad mistake. Now she's suing Conor. The thing is, we know Conor's packing heat because, he loves running around in his underwear, just rawr, rawr. Don't get me wrong. Conor is a reckless fuck. Thank you for the super chat. But you can't just say that this guy did this in a situation where he obviously did not. He obviously did not do this. Go watch, Candace Owens just covered it. But anyone who's covered this just keeps on coming back to the same facts that I just laid out. And they're like, you guys, you can't be serious. No one who knows this, and this could possibly think Conor really did this. Tammy, thank you very much. Some lucky member gets to check that stuff out. The membership gives you access to a bunch of videos where I sounded a lot more like this. Okay, now I wanted to show you guys this. So So here's the thing, dude. Okay. So Conor set to appeal his verdict. Large crowds take the street to support woman involved. Now, I will certainly defend the people who are in the street who have not looked at the details of the case, which I would imagine many of them have not looked at the details of the case. Like, if you only know this girl had extensive injuries and she said that Conor did this, like, why would you not believe her? I would be like, yes, definitely. Like, definitely, Conor deserves all the worst. Anyone who knows that she was on video and had sex with his friend 2 to 3 hours later voluntarily, she was actually the aggressor, and still thinks that Conor really did this. I'm like, have you ever met a human before? Like, this is absolute nonsense, dude. Oh, I haven't? Educate me, dude. Go ahead. Educate me on the case. Yeah, dude. That whole thing is absolutely insane. Anyone who is, of course, dude. I mean, honestly, like, I would assume that women would be more on the side of agreeing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, do you know any girls who would, if they were the victim of that horrific story, would be like, gosh, you know what I feel like doing right now? I am free to go. I'm free to do whatever I want. I can just leave. I can do whatever. Conor's not even here anymore. Obviously, no one's keeping me here. But what should I do? I'm going to stay at the hotel. I'm going to have some more drinks, do some more blow, and then have sex with his friend. Like, that's just like, I'm sorry, that is not a thing that has ever happened in the history of humanity, dude. Exactly. They would never, no one I know would be able to do it. And exactly, dude. Like, it's just like, I mean, I've seen a dude get beat up and stay at a party, but that's not even like, it's just like fucking ridiculous. It's the worst thing that can happen to you. Like, a violent sexual assault, in my opinion, is basically the absolute worst thing that can happen to a person, man or woman. Which is why making it up about someone is one of the worst things you could do also. Did I switch to Geek Bar? No, dude. That's Tyson. Never, dude. Man, you know what I did find out, though? At least per my buddy who's in the business, he said that whoever, like, someone in my chat one time told me that Tyson sold the rights to his name in the vape deal, and he's like, that's what that guy said. This dude that does jujitsu with me, he's like, he said that it's not that Tyson actually doesn't have a piece of this, which is shockingly terrible for him because these do like 9-figure revenue a month. Marcus Degan, what's up, dude? Thank you for the super chat. You guys go check out Marcus Degan's page. He's buddies with Conor and feels the same as me, of course. Jesse, you saw the details of Pete Hegseth case. Hang on. I don't know what that is. No, I don't know anything about this. Oh, the appointment. Sorry, I'm like, Pete. Yeah. I haven't looked at that case. I just assume that's, I assume the details will come out soon. Just talk 7 times email because I don't have socials. I love what you do. What exactly do you think happened? Because I have not been able to research myself. I'll tell you exactly what I think happened. I will tell you exactly what I think. Wait, my hair plugs? Did you say hair plugs on me? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. My hairline is growing the opposite direction, dude. It's growing the wrong way. So now this is fair. Like, this is a fair take. Like, if people want to be like, okay, maybe he didn't do this, but fuck Conor, fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's totally fine. That's a fine take. I mean, I don't agree, but like, at least it's like, I'm not just going to sign off on this absolutely ludicrous story that is 100% not true because I don't like Conor. You know what I mean? So what I think happened is this chick is a groupie, okay, who kind of knew Conor. They DM'd each other, whatever. She obviously consensually met up with Conor, so much so that she grabbed this girl who she works with. She's not even that good of friends with. And she's like, hey, I'm going to meet up with Conor McGregor. Do you want to go? She's like, let's go. And there's two of them and Conor and his friend. Now, I realize there are a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience with this kind of thing. But if you, two girls who are partying all night, go and meet up with two dudes who are partying off, certainly Conor McGregor and one of his friends, you already know, both of you already know that these people are at the very least 50% that you're banging, like 50% on the low side. Like that's what you're basically agreeing to go do. Second that you're like, let's go get a hotel room. What do you think you're going to do, dude? Okay. Now, per all of the other witnesses, can they consensually had sex? Per the CCTV, her and Conor making out in the elevator on the way up. So that's what it is. Like I said, if that was the end of the story, I would just go, all right, well, he said, she said. Okay. But then Conor leaves. She stays and then hangs out with the other guy on camera and then hooks up with him on camera, goes up, has sex. No one's even disputing that. Okay. So what I think is she's a cokehead party girl whore who has a dude at home with a kid. And this was something that she clearly, I know a lot of girls, when they drink, they are out of their mind. Guys too. But like girl, it's like this is, maybe she's a girl that if she wasn't drunk, she would have never done any of this stuff, but she was. And then when she gets home, her dude is super suspicious of what happened. He figures out what happened, probably going into her phone. I think the dude whipped her ass. I think her boyfriend beat her ass. That is very much my opinion on how she got the injuries, because she didn't have them with the dude. Like, unless Conor's friend did it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, unless Conor's friend did it, but it certainly didn't happen before Conor left, because Conor was gone and she's on CCTV just chilling, having a good time. It's on video. It's on video. I'm making educated guesses based on common sense. I'm stuck where this story is either horrific made-up story or a full-blown cover-up, but I think she's lying regardless. Conor in 218 was, yeah, totally. However, it's that up until you take into account the CCTV hours after she said this happened. Like, again, I don't understand. Like, how does anyone not, like, I don't, like, I have not heard a single person who thinks that he did this explain that. She's just chilling, like she's just at the hotel having a good time, drinking, and then having sex with his friend. Like, and also she never mentioned that to the investigators. They're the ones who confronted her with it when Conor's friend came forward, and then they checked the security tape and they're like, hey, how do you explain this? She's all, oh, I don't remember that. Oh, really? Hey, but you remember all this, but you don't remember that. That's convenient. That's convenient. You don't remember that? Weird. And by the way, before she said she didn't remember it, she said he was lying. She's like, that guy's lying. They're trying to scapegoat him, okay, because they're trying to scapegoat his friend. That's not true. I was not with that guy. They're all, well, here's a video of it. She's all, okay, why would she, and that right there supports that this is all about her boyfriend. Like, she got, you know what I mean? That supports, it's like, there's something in the phone about her with Conor, whatever. Conor took it from me. Oh my God. And then he ended up leaving her months later, which maybe was when he found out that she also banged the friend. I don't know, but she lied about it until she was confronted with the CCTV. Wait, what's going on? There we go. False felony or capital crime charges should be punishable by the same sentencing as the crime itself, deletion and violation, capital. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that this is like some like really well thought out scheme by her. I think she's an out of control person who behaved in a way that she probably never would have if she wasn't blacked out drunk and gacked out of her mind. But that's something that she does from time to time. And then she got caught. And then it's like, she's like having an absolute panic attack. She just bought a house with this guy. She's got a kid, probably with him. She's in complete panic mode. She'll say anything to get out of this. And then she says that, you know? Okay, like act like you're on. Hope you and your family have a Thanksgiving. I will, dude. Keep being me. I will, Lonnie Mead. Thank you very much. But again, I'm going to sign off on this right now. However, I cannot stress this enough. I'm going to drop this video right now about Danielle Penny, and man, I lost my shit completely. I'll show you guys the first second of it right now, actually, because I literally just snapped. Like, that's why I was so worked up, dude. Here's like the first minute of it.
You belong on the couch commenting on X. That's where you belong. You should be on X commenting to other people. You do not belong in government. You do not belong in a position of power. And you certainly do not belong in a position where you get to determine the cause of death if you're not even going to consider the toxicology report. And you openly admit that even if they had enough fentanyl to kill an elephant, you still would have called it strangulation regardless. You can't be in that role. You need to find another job. Purge them all, dude.
Yeah. So the person who determined the cause of death said it was inconclusive, okay, because he had so much shit in his system. Then they saw the viral video on Twitter, and they went back and changed it to strangulation murder, even though the guy was alive for an hour after Danielle Penny let him go, and they hadn't even gotten the toxicology report yet. And when they asked him about it on the stand, they're like, so, like, how could you have possibly justified calling it strangulation when you didn't even have the toxicology report? And she goes, even if he had enough fentanyl in his system to kill an elephant, I still would have called it strangulation. AKA, I think that AKA, I'm an ideological psycho who is sick of hearing people say that George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose. Okay. That's what that is. Purge them. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Oh, never mind. Here we go. House of Cardboard. Thank you very much, dude. My theory is that sex was consensual. Yes. Conor went very aggressive. Have you ever bruised a woman's fingertips during rough sex? The CCTV elevator is why there was no criminal. Correct. Well, okay, I don't know about those, but the bruises that they said in the examiner were like extensive, and both dude and the other girl that were there were like, we never heard any of that. We didn't see any of that. This is a made up story. She called the girl 4 days later and told her to delete all of the messages. Literally every single part of her story, when verified, when like looking for verification from someone else, they're like, she's lying. Then on the CCTV, they're, oh, let's look at the security footage. It's like, oh, nope, she lied about that. It's like every single thing. Any way that you could verify it, she's been called a liar. So I don't believe fucking anything she said, because every single thing has contradicted every single part of the story. I think she consensually had sex with Conor. I agree with you. Maybe it's rough. Maybe it's not. Conor called it athletic or whatever. But you don't injure someone like whatever she had on her body through like consensual sex, regardless of how rough it is, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it, but anyway, I'm gonna drop that video literally right this second, and bam, it's public, and I'm out. I love you guys. Peace.